DCMiketv.com right here with 20-year-old undefeated middleweight from Amherst, Virginia, Austin Deanda. Austin, nice to finally meet you, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm good. You just had a fight. So for those who don't know who you are, you just had a fight this weekend in Virginia. It was on the Scott Sigmund's card in Virginia. You fought a veteran. You got a first round knockout, correct?
Right.
Okay, so for those who weren't there but able to see that fight, what happened?
Like why the or just leading up to the fight?
Yeah, what happened in the fight? For those who weren't able to see it.
So basically what happened was he came out wild. I countered him with a straight right, and I ended up breaking his orbital bone around his eyeball, and he couldn't see. So the ref ended up stopping it due to the eye injury.
Okay. Now, for those who don't know who he fought a guy by the name of James Winchester, veteran in the sport. He kind of dipped and dabbed back and forth between boxing and MMA. He fought guys like Chop Chop, a couple other big names. But he's a veteran in the sport, so you broke his eyeball bone. What you said was a right hand?
Correct.
Okay. I've never heard of you, Austin Deanda. Just in case for those who haven't heard of Austin Deanda, I think I came across you have another fight coming up. I believe it's May 4th, Cinco de Mayo weekend in Virginia at a college. I think I found out about this card. I was on Scott Sigmund's page on Facebook, and I seen a poster with your face and your opponent's face on it. So I clicked on it, looked up information, and I'm kind of familiar with this boxer smokers type of event. So I'm kind of familiar with. So for those who don't know who Austin Deanda is, what is your story? Where you come from? What's your ethnicity? Tell us a little bit about your background, how you grew up. Did you grow up a two-person household? Tell us about you. What's your story?
Yeah, I grew up with two parents in a household. I'm originally from Bluefield, West Virginia. We moved down to Amherst when I was about 9 years old. My dad and my uncle did a little bit of boxing back in their day. My uncle actually passed away at a young age due to being shot at a bar. So my job here is to continue that legacy. They call me the Native Nightmares because I'm Blackfoot and Cherokee, and I'm just repping my heritage and doing this for my family.
Okay. So tell us a little more. Did you have a lot of fights growing up? Did you get into trouble? Were you a good kid? Like, how were you?
I wouldn't say I was a good kid. Definitely was in and out of school from fights, short temper, things like that. I actually found love for the sport of boxing, got into wrestling, and then just went straight into boxing right afterwards. After I graduated from Amherst, it was a great choice in my life. Boxing definitely saved me from everything I was going through.
So what do you mean save you? Like, if you didn't have boxing, I mean, what do you mean?
I'd probably be in jail or something like that. My temper's too much. But finding Scott opened up a lot of doors for me and things like that, helped me calm down. So now I'm not as bad as I was, but I would never be that same Austin I was.
Yeah. What do you think the temper came from?
My brother, family trauma,
Got a little bit of
him and all that.
Well, we have a little bit of a glitch. Can you repeat that? Where'd your temper come from?
I said it was my brother. Definitely a lot to do with my brother. A lot of the drama, like that.
Oh, so. Okay. All right. Yeah. So it's just you and your brothers, just two of you guys?
I'd be my brother and my sister. I actually don't associate with my brother no more. I haven't talked to him in 4 years. So it's just me and my little sister, my mom and my dad.
Okay. Are you the oldest out of both of them?
No. I'm actually...
You're in the middle. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, all right. So you're only 20 years old. You're actually still growing. When will you be 21?
I'll be 21 after my fight in May. I turned 21 May 20th.
Okay, wow.
No.
20 years old. So you seem to be moving up the ranks pretty fast. again. He's 20 years old only. The young tender age of 20. He's already 14-0 with 10 knockouts. Tell us about your amateur career.
I don't have an amateur career.
Okay. No, okay.
No,
So you jumped straight to boxing?
Yeah, I joined the gym back when COVID happened. I think I trained for about 7 months, and then I had my debut in South Carolina.
Okay. So what age you think you started if you're 20 now?
I started training when I was 17, and
Okay.
as soon as 2 days after my birthday, I had my debut.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So your advisor is Scott Sigmund, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Are you promoted by anyone or?
No, just Scott.
Okay. All right. So you pretty much fought in Virginia and South Carolina. Would that be accurate?
I fought in South Carolina. I fought in Atlanta, Georgia, West Virginia, Lynchburg,
Okay.
Virginia. Yeah.
All right. All right. So you fight in middleweight. What's your future look like? What do you want to see yourself in the next 5 years? Because you already got 14 fights. Where you want to be in 5 years in boxing?
It's hard to tell. I definitely gonna be up in my rankings by the age of 22. That's my plan, to be able to have my and just continue in my rankings and do what I got to do to be to the top.
Right. So do you want to be a world champion? Do you want to be a multi-time world champion? Do you want to make $1 million? Do you want to make 10 million, 20 million? And what you think you want to?
I mean, that's what we're reaching out for. Set the goals high and try to reach them. So.
Okay. All right. Obviously it's a lot of fighters out there who had no amateur background and little to no amateur background. You're already 20 years old with 14 fights. Do you like the pace you're fighting at, or how can you talk about the pace you're fighting at?
I think I fight around 4 times a year. Just kind of the pace God keeps me at. He wants to keep me pretty active. My longest layoff was about 6 months due to a hand injury.
Okay.
But we just kind of kept going through it.
Okay.
Keep me around 4 fights a year, and just keep on keeping me active, make sure I'm healthy, and just do what we gotta do to get the job done.
Okay. So what is the most thing you learned in boxing since getting into it? What has boxing taught you?
I always thought boxing was an independent sport, but it's actually a lot behind that. It's more of a team sport than I thought, because at the end of the day, if I lose, it's on me. But if I win, it's thanks to my team, my sparring partners, everybody that came in, did everything behind me. So.
Okay. All right.
Without the people.
Okay. So I take it again this year. You're looking to get in at least 4 fights again.
Yeah.
Okay. So would you? Obviously, I'm pretty sure you would like to go to different states. Can we possibly see your talents in Washington D.C. or Maryland, or both? Or
it all depends what Scott wants. If Scott can give me a fight in those areas, then we'll see what we got to do to get there.
Okay. What are some of your dream places you want to fight at?
Vegas. Definitely want to. Yeah. Want to be big stage and show I am.
Okay. All right. Are you pretty much always, I guess, calm and kind of, I don't want to say serious?
I'm pretty calm throughout everything I do.
Okay.
I don't really talk much, so it's kind of hard for me to talk to people because I was a quiet kid in school, never really interacted with people. So.
Yeah, I was the same way. I was quiet. I always watched people before I spoke to them, and
Yeah.
But as I got older, I kind of broke out of it. So.
Yeah, we gonna get out of it.
Yeah. Give you another year or two, you be. Yeah.
So in the beginning of it.
Okay. Now let's get to the business. May 4th, Cinco de Mayo weekend is a big day throughout the entire world, but more importantly, May 4th in Richmond, Virginia is a big date for yourself, and I think the whole state of Virginia. You'd be fighting it. Is it Benedictine? How you pronounce that college?
I don't know what college it is, to be honest with you. I haven't
Oh,
really looked big into it. Yeah, I just
I
know
think
that
it's
I'm fighting a guy named, I think, Dwelly. I'm pretty
yeah,
sure.
Drew Dwelly.
Yep. 12-1 with knockouts. So we're gonna go over here and take care of some business and put on a great fight for the people that came out to watch.
No doubt. Now on paper, this seems to be a toughest opponent to date on paper. 12-1, 11 knockouts. I think he was a former NC. He was a former baseball player turned boxer. Did you play any other sports growing up?
I
You?
wrestled for 9 years.
Okay, all right. So you like a little Terrence Crawford, wrestling and boxing.
Yeah,
All right. So obviously Drew Dwelly trains, well, he had a couple training sessions. I don't know if he's still with them, but he trains with the Mexican monster David Benavidez. Who are you and who have you trained with as far as, anybody at the top level, maybe a top amateur or a top pro?
I've I spar with I spar Vito Malnicki up in his gym in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Spar for 10 rounds. Um, I spar Joseph Jackson. He's the top prospect in North Carolina. I think he's 26-0 right now with 24 knockouts. He's fought on
Okay.
in at least 6, 7 times. He's actually fighting again in June um, for his belt. Um, there was another gentleman I fought at Vito Malnicki's gym as well. I can't remember the
Okay.
but about 15 rounds split up on
Okay.
him.
All right. Okay. Will you be training with anybody special for this particular camp to get you ready for Drew Dwelly?
I think I'm supposed to have Justin Jackson. I think I'm going to be sparring him for his fight coming up and my fight coming up.
Okay.
Get him with JJ for sure.
Okay. All right. So what do you think about Drew Dwelly? What do you think of him?
I haven't really looked into him. I just view him as another opponent. Take care of business. I train. I'm not going to underestimate nobody. Everybody has a chance to win. So just going to go in there, do the same thing that I always do. Stay calm, listen to my coaches, just do what I got to do.
Okay. All right. He has, I think, 90, I don't know, 95% knockout ratio. You have a pretty high knockout ratio yourself. Are you at all concerned about his hitting power? Or
No.
do you think you have the defense?
No, I'm not. I don't really get concerned. Like, I respect people's power. I do. I've been in there with some hard hitters. I kind of know how to get in and out of different things like that. I have faith in my defense. I move a lot. Um, definitely, I definitely see he has pop to him. I got a little pop to me too. So
Yeah.
anybody's capable of doing anything.
Right.
So
Right. Now you gotta be fighting at the college preparatory in Richmond, Virginia. It's a smokers type of event. It's gonna be a lot of cigar smoking there. Are you have you ever fought an event where people smoking a lot of cigars?
not see me. So
Nice.
I got a pretty big following from where I'm from.
Nice. Okay. So what's it like in so before your city where you're from? So Drew Dwelly versus yourself, how do you see that fight going?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Your fight versus Drew Dwelly on May 4th, how do you see that fight going? You see it going a distance? You see yourself stopping him? What do you think?
Um, I'm not sure. I definitely want to stop him. He's only been stopped once out of his one loss. I definitely want to add the other one to it. I know he has
Hmm.
a game plan, but if it goes the distance, it goes the distance. Um, get him out of there early would be great. But if I got to go the distance, I'm prepared for that. So
Mm. Yeah, believe his only stoppage was against the Hall of Famer's son, Antonio Tavis Jr. Do you look to top Antonio Tavis Jr.'s performance, or to stop Drew Dwelly quicker than Antonio Tavis Jr. did?
I'm not about stopping him any faster or anything like that. If I can stop him before, that'd be good. If I can stop him after, I don't know what round he was stopped in.
I think the seventh.
The seventh. I mean, if I stop him in the sixth or the seventh or the eighth, I'd be happy with regardless if I can stop him.
Mm,
So
okay. All right. All right. So you have any message for Drew Dwelly if he's watching about May 4th?
I'm excited. I'm excited. He's coming to put his life on the line like I'm putting mine on the line, and a lot of shit talking don't need to be said. You just gotta let your actions speak. I know he's coming to take care of business, so am I, and I'm excited.
Okay. All right. So Amherst, Virginia, is that a big city or small
It's a
city?
small city.
Okay. So what's the capacity population there, you think?
Uh, I couldn't tell you. Probably 10,000 people. It's not big. It's
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Cool. So obviously, May 4th, I don't know, hopefully they can have media covered. If so, I don't know who's going to be there, but a lot of great people obviously come from Virginia. You got Kelvin Davis, Keyshawn Davis, Pernell Whitaker, Allen Iverson. Who else is down there? You got Jerry Force, who's still fighting. Do you look to see how much do you know about those guys, and do you look to see them at your call May 4th if they can make it?
like I see him. It'd be great. Being able to take a picture and introduce myself to them. And they've definitely put their name on the line.
Yeah.
And show people who they are, and that's kind of where I want to be at.
Okay.
If I walk, know who I am. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I mean, like, if I can meet one of them, it'd be awesome. So,
Mm-hmm.
it'd be a big
Yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah. Who's some fighters that you watch growing up, or some fighters you watch right now that you try to, I guess, mimic your style after, or that you like?
I like watching Lomachenko, Canelo, Benavidez, Caleb Plant. Uh, what's his name? Devin Haney.
Okay.
Definitely like to put all together. I like to move like Lomachenko. I just like to mix it up.
Yeah.
I can do a little bit of everything.